From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordo, and this is your News 8 Daily for Thursday, December 4th. Get ready for even colder weather. We are going to be at near record cold temperatures tonight. Light snow chances return this weekend. Really, today, the headline is that the low is going to be around 10 degrees. And honestly, the wind chill's not even going to make that feel any better. It is so cold outside that the Chris Kindle Mart in Carmel isn't even going to open today. They're staying closed because of the cold weather. It says it's going to be back open on Friday.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews all on the app. Download Thumbtack today.
Breaking overnight, a person is dead after a shooting on the south side. Police say it happened just before 1 this morning on Barkhart Drive. That's near East Hannah Avenue and South Meridian Street. Police say the victim died at the scene. IMPD has not told us anything else about the person who was killed or what led up to the shooting. We'll bring you more information as we get it on wishtv.com. Happening today at the State House, lawmakers could move forward with the new congressional map proposal. It is designed to help Republicans win more House seats in Washington. Full House is scheduled to take up the new map this afternoon. A House committee passed it on Tuesday. President Trump and Governor Mike Braun have pressured Republican lawmakers to approve the new map. That could help the party win up to 2 more seats in Congress in next year's midterms. If the House passes the measure, the state Senate will start debating it on Monday. The House is set to go into session at 1:30 this afternoon. One Republican senator who has been a vocal opponent of redrawing congressional districts says he will not run for re-election next year. State Senator Kyle Walker made that announcement yesterday, but says he will serve out the rest of his term. Walker's district is one of the few politically close Senate districts covering northeastern Marion County and much of the Fishers area. Walker was also one of about a dozen lawmakers who say they have been threatened or are victims of swatting since the president criticized Republicans who opposed drawing new districts. Walker sent a statement to our team last night saying, "This decision has nothing to do with the threats and intimidation we have experienced. In fact, it made it much harder to step away. I am confident we could win a fight from either side in 2026, but knowing I will not be able to commit the time for a new term made this the right decision." Indiana's Attorney General Todd Rokita and Secretary of State Diego Morales say 21 non-U.S. citizens cast votes in recent elections. They say new U.S. citizenship and immigration services verification process confirmed that number. Process also says 165 non-U.S. citizens were registered to vote in Indiana. Rokita and Morales did not say when the votes were cast. State officials say there were about 3 million votes cast in Indiana for last year's presidential election. For perspective on numbers. New on Daybreak, an Uber driver charged with killing a woman is set to be in court today to possibly plead guilty. Online records show a change of plea hearing for Francisco Valadez is scheduled for 9:30 this morning. Valadez is charged with murdering Shanti Dixon in September of last year. Prosecutors say he picked Dixon up for an Uber ride and then tried to rape her. Police later found Dixon's body on a dead-end street in the southeast side of Indianapolis. Today's change of plea hearing comes less than a week before Valadez was scheduled to go on trial. ITmate has learned that attorneys for the man convicted of the Delphi murders in 2017 are asking for a 1-week extension to file an appeal. Attorneys for Richard Allen cited the complexity and volume of materials from his 25-day trial as the reason for the appeal, but they also say they've identified at least 10 issues for an appeal. 9 involve Allen's constitutional rights. Last year, a jury found Allen guilty of killing Abby Williams and Libby German on Valentine's Day in 2017, and a judge sentenced him to 130 years in prison. College football now. The Big Ten championship game is almost here in Indianapolis, and that means fans can get into the action. News 8's Kat Sandoval got a sneak peek of the Big Ten Fan Fest at the Convention Center.
The event starts Friday at 3, but organizers gave us a sneak peek of what to expect. I'm standing on a mini football field where a lot of the entertainment's going to happen. You've got pep rallies, you've got flag football, and a chance to practice those football skills.
The environment is going to be potentially unlike a championship we've had before. So I think everyone involved is really excited. It should be a great matchup between two great teams.
It may not look like it now, but this 200,000 square feet of convention center will be transformed for the big Fan Fest this weekend. That showdown will be in Lucas Oil Stadium. But fans can get pumped up at the Fan Fest Friday and Saturday. There will be vendors, games, and performances.
There's so many cool activations to do around here. If you want to run the 40-yard dash, if you want to catch a ball, if you want to kick a field goal, if you want to do a flag football youth clinic.
For the first time, they'll have a wing eating competition with Joey Chestnut, giveaways, VR, and food. And there's that on-the-field skills clinic where you can test your football skills.
There's so many people that want to feel the energy of game day and be around other fans that may not be lucky enough to be one of the 65,000 plus in Lucas Oil on Saturday night. This is the absolute best place to do that.
This city is literally going to be painted red. So we're expecting a ton of college football fans to be downtown, to be excited, and to really experience everything that Indianapolis has to offer.
If you have a ticket to the Big Ten football game, you can get into the Fan Fest for free. You could also buy the tickets here separately. And also, on Friday, if your child wears a jersey, you can also get in for free. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com.
Ahead of the big game, Hoosiers head coach Curt Cignetti gets another big honor. Cignetti is officially the Big Ten Coach of the Year. He won both conference awards, one that the media gives out and the other from the coaches, after leading the Hoosiers to their first 12-0 regular season. It's the second straight year the Big Ten has honored Cignetti with the awards. Conference also named IU kicker Nico Radich as the winner of the Bakken-Anderson Kicker of the Year award. We are counting down to Saturday night's Big Ten championship game here in Indy between the top two teams in the country, Ohio State and IU. There will be a lot of fans from Greenwood at the game because former Center Grove star Caden Curry is making his return to Lucas Oil Stadium. Angela Morian caught up with Ohio State's sack master ahead of his homecoming.
He owns Lucas Oil. That's his house.
Ohio State edge rusher Caden Curry knows how to win in Lucas Oil Stadium. The Center Grove alum won back-to-back 6A state championships with the Trojans there. Now he'll try to hoist the Big Ten trophy with the Buckeyes.
Another blessed moment to have in my life. Getting so many opportunities to play there in high school was awesome, and just going back there definitely be just really fun to go there and do it again. Definitely have a bunch of memories coming back in, and I'll definitely have a lot of excitement and anticipation to get out there and play. I really just trying to be as clear-minded as I can and just trying to keep my excitement down and just get out there and do my job.
His job? Blow up offenses.
Just got collared by Caden Curry.
Curry's the Buckeyes sack leader, dropping quarterbacks 9 different times this season. That's no surprise to his high school coach, Eric Moore.
He played 1,000% on every play and made everything he did the greatest play in the world. That's what I love about him. Every play is his last play he's ever going to play.
My dad coached me growing up, always made sure that I was relentless and just never gave up on a play. Honestly, my brothers, I have 2 older brothers, and them always just picking on me and making sure that I made the most out of myself, so I give them all the credit.
Walking through Center Grove's Hall of Fame, you can find Caden Curry's picture multiple times. It's because of the lasting impact he's made on the Center Grove community. And I'm not just talking about those who he played with and for, but the Trojans that walk these halls now.
See, he impacted a lot of people's lives that were younger than him, all wanting to wear the 92 jersey and try to be and emulate Caden Curry. He never left his hometown experience or his roots. He's still Caden Curry, my buddy from high school. He's still Caden Curry, one of the best football players in the history of Center Grove football.
Coach Moore impacted Curry just the same.
He definitely taught me just to be the best version of myself and to kind of never dream too small. He always told me that whatever I wanted to put my mind on, I could definitely do it. And he just gave me the motivation and the kind of courage to go out there and go play on the big stage.
The next big stage just so happens to be right in his hometown of Indianapolis. Angela Morian, Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Your statewide news network covers Elkhart County, where police say a man is dead after falling through the ice on a pond while trying to save his dog. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources says rescue crews pulled 69-year-old Philip Hoover from a private pond on County Road 29 on Monday. He was taken to the hospital, but he died. First responders say Hoover's dog is okay. Officials are investigating Hoover's death. Cold temperatures can be tough and hard on your car. News 8's Malia Van Ostren shows us the most common issues mechanics are seeing this time of year and what you can do to avoid a breakdown.
We bundle up for winter, but your car needs protection too. Start with a good battery. Make sure you have good tread on your tires and make sure your brakes don't fail you when it's icy. Winter prep is already in full swing. Car experts say once temperatures dip below freezing, the most common issues come back year after year.
The winter season's been busy. We've been busy with a lot of tires, a lot of mechanical work on brakes and alternators and starters.
Cooper says fluids are also a very important component that, when neglected, can lead to major car issues in the winter since they're connected to parts like the engine and brakes.
Check out your, of course, your oil, transmission, your washer solvent, of course, your transmission fluid, and also your power steering fluid.
Lucretia Barkdole, the owner at Dynamic Automotive Repair and a mechanic at Indigo, says she sees similar issues. She says for every 10-degree drop in temperature, tire pressure decreases by 1 pound per square inch.
Please check your tires. Make sure your tires are aired up to the specifications of the vehicle.
Barkdole says often brakes get overlooked, as well as checking the axle and suspension. Cold weather doesn't damage them, but slick streets expose every weakness. She says listen out for rattling or rubbing sounds on the front of the car when driving.
That is what helps the car stay stabilized so it won't be sliding all over the road. So you want to have tip-top suspension.
Both shops recommend keeping a basic emergency kit in your car with jumper cables, a blanket, scraper, a flare, water, and gauge to check your tire pressure. They say routine maintenance at least twice a year can help prevent major issues.
If you stay on your service intervals for your vehicle, you should be just fine.
In Indianapolis, I'm Malia Van Ostran for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
U.S. News Now, a Pentagon watchdog report found Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth endangered U.S. troops by sharing sensitive war plans. The report says Hegseth used the messaging app Signal to share plans about strikes against Yemen's Houthi militants. The Inspector General says that the report concluded Hegseth violated Pentagon policy by using his personal device for official business and recommended further training for Pentagon employees. Current and former public health officials are warning that Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is putting American lives at risk. The plea comes as the CDC's immunization advisory meeting is set to review long-standing practices today and tomorrow. Amanda Sansoni looks at what could change.
Public health experts are sounding the alarm over major changes to U.S. vaccine policy under the Trump administration.
There are real clinical lasting impacts from changing these recommendations.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices is set to convene Thursday and Friday to re-examine long-established vaccine protocols and likely revise the recommended timing of the hepatitis B shot given to newborns. The members of the committee, handpicked by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., have expressed skepticism over the vaccine schedule.
I think that the conclusion that we know that it is safe is perhaps premature.
But in one study, experts warn delaying the birth dose could result in 1,400 or more preventable infections in children each year.
We've seen tremendous reductions in childhood infections with hepatitis B, and this saves lives.
Dr. Anthony Fiore, a former CDC infectious disease specialist, says infected infants face nearly a 90% risk of chronic disease and insists there's no reason to change a schedule proven safe and effective for 3 decades.
It's actually remarkably safe vaccine. Nothing has been shown that has any long-term consequences, and certainly nothing that has anywhere near the consequences of a chronic hepatitis B virus infection.
In Washington, I'm Amanda Sansoni for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.